like the least thing I always expected from them, and I already told them various times, was just a sorry about how they were treating myself, and yeah, just a sorry for the beginning. Well, I grew up in a very fine, normal German family. Like the concept was very easy, like mom, dad, and a girl and a boy as children. I have a bigger sister, and I don't know, I never grew up like as the perfect child I was planned to. Like my sister, she was like always more in the concept what my parents thought about the children, and she had very fast a job, or she was always good at school, and she was always faster than me, so of course she was always the first one, and my parents showed that to her, and I always came later because I was 4 years younger as well. That's very strange, but I felt like this. And even if I was better in some things, and even better in school, I never got this like feeling of, okay, you're very good as well. And then I came up with my other plans for, everything. Like I never wanted to be in this normal family anymore. I never saw me or myself in this perfect world where we grow up and we get children, and we grow, or our children, my children will grow up as me, as my father, as my grandfather, or something like that. For example, I'm homosexual, and I am studying culture, so I'm not fine with this concept of perfect cis man, cis woman, or the children have to grow up like in the same way their parents do. And like I said, my family was like the normal, like everyone wants that family as a child. So my parents thought they have like this perfect life and they don't need change. And then came me. And of course they saw, okay, that's not coming up with us, and Mark, you have to change. And I never was, of course, in the beginning it was hard. And that's why I'm studying languages, to find like a place where I belong rather than in my family. Like I said, my childhood was never like the perfect one you want to have for your child. Where I went to France was the first moment I felt really free, and I took myself just like one day in Paris, because I was going to another place in France, but I saw myself still with the backpack like as big as myself, and I was in France, and until this moment I think I didn't realize where I was and in what great position I was, until I went to the Champ of Mars, where it is the Eiffel Tower, and right where I entered like the park, I was like so happy. I started to cry, and I was like really realizing where I was, and because it was like a dream of myself, and my family never went with me to Paris, and that moment was where I was myself. I felt very powerful. I felt really released, and I felt like this freedom I always wanted to have, and it's just like the Eiffel Tower as a symbol for that. And during a big part of my life, a big period of my life, I wasn't realizing that that was the most thing that hurt me, that is that it is my family that don't try to understand me. I always thought that's a big problem of my friends or of my school or even my country where I am from. But no, I think the most problem or the biggest problem was my family, that they were criticizing me and so many parts of my life. So yeah, I was really suffering of that, and it would have been cool to understand that of myself, that it was them who were hurting me, and what would have been happening if I would have been able to told them even earlier. So this moment just came this year, where I decided even to go to Colombia, and during the pandemic, I understood, because I was very distant with them, because I couldn't visit them, and so I had more time to look like from another place on them. And that was the moment I understood, okay, you were the problem, and I can't talk to you anymore, because they never changed. And it was like the last years I experienced that they never even tried to change anything about like our relationship or how to speak to me or to speak to each other. And I understood that it was a really toxic relationship between themselves and myself, and so I tried, I decided, no, I can't be in this situation anymore. And so, since this year, I don't talk to my parents anymore and my sister, and actually, it doesn't hurt, because I was at that point that I understood, okay, you have to leave this, and that's why I came up with this idea, or not myself, like I said, my Mexican friend, when she told me, okay, Mark, you have to be fine with yourself, because you are the one who is always with you, and your family you can leave aside if it's necessary. And my first day at university was when I came up with my certifications for French. And I was very excited. I was already more open for that, because I was living in France just before that. And I knew, okay, right now I can be myself, nobody knows you, you can be whatever you want, whoever you want to be. And I felt new, and I felt free. I will be part of the education of people. I want to open the eyes as a human being, and that everyone is the same. Like, it sounds really dramatic, but it's like the way I want to be seen, and I want that they see also other people. And I think we have to break the system we have. Like, that's a very philosophic way, and it would take hours to explain what I mean, but that's my whole, like, my position. I see, like, right now in my life and the life I can have, to educate and to share modern way to help people to see that every person on the earth is the same.